All right, guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. It is Mama Manifests. Hey, guys. I am so happy to be recording a video for you guys. And also, I posted some stuff in the community section, and a couple of you, sent me these comments that, really got me through the past couple days. Like, I really thought about and I really needed to hear. So I don't remember I should have written them down, like the exact handles, accounts or whatever, who sent those over. But honestly, thank you. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your encouraging words. They mean so much to me, seriously. All right, guys. So this message has been, for the past hour or so, it's been flying out of me. There's a lot of messages that need to come out right now. And sorry, you guys. Just so many things coming up. Like right now, the energy is so intense. It's just so intense. And we're learning so much. And just because we fall down does not mean we can get back up. And just because, if you're a tarot reader or if you are a mentor, or if you practice spirituality in any way, that doesn't mean we have to be perfect, right? We can't be perfect. Nobody can be perfect. And we are going to mess up, okay? And right now, when we fall, the energy and just what's happening astrologically, it's a little bit more challenging to get back up, but we can, in fact, get back up. If we make a mistake, the only thing we need to realize is to be able to be honest with ourselves that we may have done something out of integrity, and then we just need to do whatever it takes to make that amends, right? We are fallible. And here's the metaphor, or whatever you call it, that I'm picking up on for just right now. And it's just like, if you think about a video game and you go through, there's pests, first of all, there's enemies, or in Mario, those little, I forget their names. I can't remember, those little mushroom guys. We're going to have some sort of conflict, and we need to realize that there's strategy that we can implement to get out of conflict. And as you go on through the video games and you get further and further in the video game and go up levels, right? The video games don't get easier, right? They don't. They get harder, but you're stronger and you learn better how to play the game. You're better at playing the game, so you can handle it. But sometimes it's challenging. Sometimes you die, right? And that could be like the Ten of Swords energy when there's nowhere to go, right? That's like the end of that. And we need to restart and we need to regather ourselves. And if you're watching this message, you're in the brush yourself off mode. It's just like, there's just been so many things that have happened. And my message is to all of you, if you guys have acted out of integrity with your character, if you've been the Queen of Wands in reverse, or the Queen of Swords, or maybe even the King of Swords in reverse, yikes. It's okay, right? We're dealing with challenges, and we learn. There is no moment that ever goes wasted. We learn from each and every moment. And once we come out on the other side of this energy, you are going to be unstoppable. You are going to be absolutely unstoppable. And so, get excited. The thing is right now, and I'm just going to say it, there is a extreme war between the light and the dark, good and evil, right? And I'm not calling the dark evil. It's just like understanding so. And as we're raising, there's so many of us who have woken up, right? And who are consciously trying to live with honesty, integrity, fulfillment. These core values that we have learned and established for ourselves, and we know brings the best results to our life and the best results to those around us lives. That's what we're fighting for. We're fighting for ourselves. We're fighting for our own dreams. We're fighting for the vision that we see of a better world where there's not so much hurt. We don't have to do this. It's a choice, right? Now, I'm not saying the pain that is inflicted is a choice. When we get hurt, that is a whole nother story. We need to take the time to recover from that in any way, shape, form, or like possible. That's not what I'm talking about. But we have a choice to want to live in a better world that we know, we absolutely know, based on our experience, is possible for all. And so I just feel like the vibration of the planet has increased so much because we have all been doing so much work for the past, for a while now. And there's just more of us doing it. That right now, astrologically and everything that's happening, that old system is fighting back. Of course, why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? Okay? And so, whatever you've gone through, whatever it is, if you need to, if there are situations in your life, if there are people in your life, if there are situations in your life that you, like, the universe is making it impossible for us to stay in situations that take from us. Anything that takes from us the energy that we work so hard for, the vibration that we work so hard for through meditation, self-reflection, all the things that each of us do in our routines and our studying and our commitment. Anything that takes that from us, takes away from our hard work, the universe is no longer allowing that. And the best thing that we can do is to let go right now. Okay? And I know I'm not, all right. I'm a Taurus and I don't necessarily like to let go, especially of things that I truly love. But if they are hurting us, the universe is demanding, if you want to stay on the course of honesty, integrity, light work, love, the vision, the promise, the commitment, if you want to stay on that, we must part ways, whether it be forever or temporarily. We're not going to know that, okay? Because our focus needs to be on ourselves and our focus needs to be on the mission, the bigger why. Okay? We're going to jump into the cards now, and we're going to see what the cards have to say, okay? I'm being guided to get out a couple oracles first. We're going to go to the fairy tale oracle because I know this message is deep. I know this message is deep. That's why I brought in, Jesus, the Buddha, and the guardian angels. I needed all. I mean, that may sound like I'm joking, and it may sound funny, but I am not playing. I am not messing around right now, okay? I'm working with the angels. I'm working with ascended masters, okay? I'm working with the divine here. And nothing is going to take that away from me. And I hope that nothing is going to take that away from you guys. Okay? Woo! Okay. Yep, I love this. All right. So first card out here, 11. All right. Let's talk about it. New beginning all the way. Okay. But even more so, this card is ambition. Ambition. Okay. It takes ambition to stay on this, to keep playing in the video game, right? To keep going. If you want to win your own life, and if you want to make this world a better place for the people that you love and the people that you don't love, you have to be ambitious, and you have to remember that, okay? 11 is a master number, okay? We are coming into self-mastery right now, that next level. This is a never-ending process, and that's what keeps things exciting, right? I can only speak for myself, and I've heard it from other people. It's like we want to It's like we feel like there's this destination, okay? That's what gets us off the course, is this destination idea, right? Of course, there's going to be these points where we spend long periods of time and find true comfort that we, this came to my mind the other day too, to find true comfort, we must go outside of the comfort zone of the fake comfort, right? Because that's what the process of change looks like. So, where was I? Ambition. Our ambition must be strong right now. We must remember what it is that we're working toward, okay? What other messages does the fairy tale oracle have for us? Spirit, please. Whoa. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. Okay, I just said that, and every time I say talking, it sounds like I don't know where. I mean, I'm originally from Cleveland. I live in Phoenix now. Side note, side note, side note. All right, this is a card 14, which reduces down to a 5, which is change. We were just talking about finding true comfort by leaving the comfort zone, right? It's change. Change is an uncomfortable process. Don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. It may be easier for some, based on what your astrological chart is. It is easier for some people, okay? Definitely is. But either way, I don't care who you are, it's an uncomfortable process, especially during the changes that are most impactful, okay? So let's talk about this card. First of all, it says rites of passage. When we get rites of passage, we're moving into, this next level, right? The rewards are bigger. The life is bigger. The responsibilities are bigger, right? Everything's bigger. And that's what we're working toward, because the universe is rewarding those who live with honesty, integrity, authenticity, with these because we can handle the responsibility, right, of those tasks and do good with our resources. Make impactful change to the world. Make real change to the world, right? Okay. Do not leave the path. When you open up the guidebook for this card, it says, do not leave the path in bold letters before the story even starts, okay? Do not leave the path, because we are most tempted to leave the path right now. There are going to be thought forms and ideas that come into your mind that may mask itself as wisdom and will guide you off the path of improving yourself if you allow it. But this card is asking you, do not leave the path. This card is it's Red Riding Hood. It's about the road, the road to love. And the big bad wolf is every, conflict and situation that gets in our way. It's the people that are afraid, truly, of us leaving them behind. That's why they want to hold on to us, and that's why the conflict breaks out. We'll talk about forgiveness. It's not going to come up probably a lot in this message, because right now, we're not going to be talking about forgiveness. We're going to be talking about how to not let this anger that we've been feeling deter us, right? Because everybody's been triggered right now. That's what the planetary, I feel like every time I talk about astrology, I feel like such a dunce, because that's not my field of expertise. But I do know that it's aligned right now to bring up all of our triggers so that we may face them, so that we may heal them and become a lighter and the highest version of ourselves. But the path is filled with these lessons of deception, betrayal, sometimes abuse, not so nice words, uncomfortable situations, shitty things, And that's exactly what we're supposed to be dealing with right now. We are exactly where we're supposed to be. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. It is uncomfortable right now. Let your ambition guide you. Okay? The stakes are high, right? The stakes are high. Where do we want to go next? We're going to go to Kim Cran's archetype. You know, I just saw the unseen. There is a lot going on behind closed doors. We all want to know, and we all tend to lose faith. I know I lose faith on the path when I cannot see what the heck is possibly could be going on, and it's chaotic. I can't see it. But there is so much that will be revealed to us shortly. I'm getting the message. It will all make sense soon. So if you have questions as to why you've went through the things you've went through, or if you're just in a really dark spot right now, it will all make sense soon. And there are forces at work, good ones, your angels, and your ancestors that are protecting you and guiding you through this process. It will all make sense soon. What further messages do we have, Spirit? Whoa. The divine masculine energy. Right? Because we have the toxic masculine and the divine masculine, and in us all we have the divine feminine and the toxic feminine in all of us, and we're supposed to. I don't like that word too much. We're finding balance within that. You can look at light and dark. All of the metaphors are correct. So however your brain needs to look at it. You could look at it as masculine and feminine energies, because that's what's happening right now. Okay? This is the Father card, okay? And look at the polarity here. This is the darker side of the masculine energy. This is the more vibrant, light side of the masculine energy. And the divine masculine is stable, and he's reliable, and he's honest, and he's fair, and he's diplomatic, and he knows his own shadow. But on the toxic side, or the less divine side of that energy, you have complete escapism. You have, you have, I don't know really how to explain this. It's a disappearing act. It could be a disappearing act. It's running away completely from things that we're afraid of, right? I feel like the toxic feminine is more of the fight, and the toxic masculine is more of the flight, responsibilities, if you will. I mean, I guess the toxic masculine also is very confrontational, right? It is. So it's a balance. It's different on both sides. But this is what we're looking at right now. We are all looking at this masculine side of ourselves, the Father, right? We're working out those issues within ourselves, whether or not, you grew up without, a present father, or, with one, or however it looked. This is what we're healing inside of us right now. This is what it is that we're healing. Oh, we are planting seeds for the future, okay? They're babies right now. All of the seeds that you have planted are just now sprouting, but they're babies and they're fragile. And a little rabbit could come by and eat it, and then it's not going to grow, or a little deer, somebody steps on it. When you're much stronger and bigger, you can withstand, much more. That's what I was talking about with that video game, analogy, metaphor. I always get those two mixed up. But we're planting this seed right now. And we're in this period where we're not fully developed. And what's coming up are these challenges to make us become the best version of ourselves, because it is in those challenging times that we have the opportunity to gain the wisdom from them, heal from them, learn from them. Okay? Wow. It's the best go with the flow right now. Just ease. And I'm not saying the days are going to be easy per se, but we can make a decision to flow, even if it's in the pain. Just allow it to happen. When we try to fight it, that's when we find ourselves in these, when we find ourselves in these situations where we're out of integrity with who we truly are and who we truly want to be, right? It's when we fight the current of the river. The guidance is to just flow through the pain, flow through the joy, flow through the ups, flow through the downs. Allow what is happening to happen, even if it's less than desirable. Okay? Oh, wow. I knew this reading was going to get deep. We have the orphan. Okay? This is an energy that resides within us all. Some of us, some people are more healed, from this wound. But this is really what's being triggered right now. It's losing things that were a part of us. Or the situations that are happening, they could be triggering the core, the fundamental wounds of whatever happened in your home when you were a child. Or whatever happened at school when you were a child. The situations that are coming up are the fears. They could be triggering those deep, deep, deep wounds of the things that we have went through in times past but never truly healed from. That's what's coming up right now. So we can heal them. We can bring this orphan in to our loving home. To our loving home. Our inner child. Right? What would you do? How would you take care? I'm getting called to ask you to go into meditation. And if it's a guided meditation that has to do with inner child work, but that's what I'm being called for guidance with right now. Remember yourself, and I haven't been paying attention to much lately, but I have a picture of myself, my second grade school picture, up on a bulletin board in my house, and I look at it, and on my screen, on my lock screen on my phone, I have a picture of myself when I was about 6 years old at the beach. And I'm going to, tonight I'm going to take a picture, or I'm going to take a look at those pictures, and I'm going to think about the orphan inside of that little girl and how I would take care of her. How would you take care of her or him? What would you do? You would bring them in with open arms, and you would nurture them. And they would be fragile at first, and they would be scared at first. But that's the thing with the human body. We are resilient. We have this beautiful ability. The brain has this beautiful ability to heal itself, but it does take time. If you were in a toxic relationship or dealing with toxic family members or a toxic workplace for however many years, we're not going to just heal from that overnight. Just like if we brought in the orphan version of ourselves, that child version of ourselves, that part of ourselves that felt abandoned, wouldn't just overnight, trust us. It's a process. But we can love ourselves to death right now. That sounded weird, love ourselves to death. It was just a form of speech, you guys. But we can pour that love in ourselves by remembering our inner child. And that's the connection point that I'm really seeing right now. And I'm really feeling right now. Wow. The desert. This energy is disorienting. It's confusing. I haven't been drinking nearly as much water, eating nearly as much food. I've been feeling quite confused. This energy isn't my favorite, but it is a teacher, just like every other energy is. And just know, it helps when you're in the desert, as opposed to, near, great climate, good stores, good weather, whatever. We're not always there. We travel to different places, and that's how we learn. And right now, we're in the desert. So, you wouldn't expend as much of your energy if you were in the desert, right? You would save it and use it as a ratio. And that's what we're being called to do right now. Really ration out what does actually need our attention right now. Anything that doesn't, oh boy, we do not got the time, space, or room for it in our lives. Because we have to focus on staying hydrated, staying healthy, and staying alive. Literally. Gnosis. Okay? That is information, right? But in this card, this is an initiation card, and this is where we're going. This isn't intellect, okay? This is the place where we have, pushed our intellectual bounds to the extreme. We've experienced a lot in life. We've learned a lot of lessons. We've read a couple books. We've learned a lot of things. And, knowledge has been power, right? But this is the place, this is divine intelligence. This isn't something you learn about in a book. This is something you learn about in meditation. This is something you learn about in the reflection and healing process. And this is what the new world is required of us all. Divine understanding, divine wisdom, divine knowledge, abundance mindset, a peaceful world. Look at it. I love this card. It's so beautiful. But first, and how we get to gnosis, and how we get through this initiation period, we must face our own shadow. We must face our shadow. And our deepest shadows are being triggered right now through the orphan energy. And we need to flow. And we need to realize that we're just a baby seed. And so we need to take extra care of ourselves. And we need to realize we're in the desert. Okay? I'm not even going to go into the tarot. This has been an amazing message, you guys. This has been an amazing message for me. And I hope you guys got a lot out of it. Thank you all so much for the likes, the comments, the subscribes. Thank you for the good karma donations. And if you'd like to book a personal reading, if you'd like some more information, my email is in the description box below. I love you all so much, and we'll talk soon. Namaste and God bless.